Um, Also, when we talk about the future or the status quo, we all move to the cloud. The cloud is great. We use Google Docs, we use OnScale, we use OnShape, for example. But there's still a bit of pushback when it comes to the security, like the concerns of security in the cloud. Can you maybe talk a little
Yeah.
bit about that? Maybe take away the fear a bit from all the people listening to this podcast, thinking if I go to the cloud, I'll lose all my data and whatnot.
Yeah, I used to have this conversation with mainly CIOs at organizations because their job relies on keeping things secure and to some extent keeping things on premise. Um, I think so much of the world has gone to cloud. It's kind of silly in some respects why engineering simulation hasn't gone to the cloud in a more meaningful way. Like you probably do all of your banking on the cloud. You probably have lots of other accounts on the cloud. You said you use Google Docs, so I'm sure you've got lots of intellectual property in those Google Docs, and you trust Google not to have a breach and people stealing your Google Docs. You trust whatever bank you're using not to have a breach and people stealing your money. What I used to do just to be kind of tongue in cheek with these CIOs is I would ask them, how many armed security guards do you have outside of your on-premise data center? And they'd say, well, none. And I'd say, well, at Amazon, our cloud vendor, they have armed security guards that are protecting their data centers. Moreover, if you wanted to steal data from an Amazon cloud data center, you can't do it from the outside. You can't hack into it. AWS has never been directly hacked. People that build apps on AWS, and if they don't do it the right way, they can have security vulnerabilities and get hacked. But we have an entire team that focuses on SOC 2 compliance and penetration testing, and we work very closely with AWS to make sure we're adhering to all of their security standards to make sure we can't get remotely hacked. And then the only other way to get data out of a Amazon data center is just to try to physically get inside. And even if you were to get inside, let's say you're a ninja and you got past the armed security guards and you got inside an Amazon data center, it's rows and rows of computers. So you have no idea like what computer is running what computational workload. Whereas engineering companies with on-premise data centers get physically hacked all the time. A disgruntled engineer will walk into a data center, put a USB stick into the on-premise data center, pull off the data, and go sell it to your nearest competitor. That happens every day in the with on-premise data centers. That would never happen with AWS.